Thank you so much for joining us for this virtual event. This is in place of what would have been our 10th annual luncheon, and we are so glad you could make it. We miss you, and we look forward to seeing you in person very soon. I also want to thank all of you who made this event possible, our generous sponsors, growers and florists, our dedicated event and honorary committees, and particularly Belmond El Encanto, who have lent us this beautiful venue to film most of the videos you're going to see today. Flower and Power is so important to our community. It's our way of showing people that we care by delivering beautiful bouquets from our generous growers, fresh cookies handmade by Robin Himovitz, fine chocolates from our good friends at Chocolat du Calais-Bresson, and handmade cards created by volunteers to anyone in need of comfort and cheer throughout Santa Barbara. I think we have all felt the strain and loneliness and isolation from living under lockdown during these difficult times. So we can all truly appreciate more than ever how it feels to receive these incredible gifts and how important it is for us to show that we care. And Flower and Power has been very active during the current crisis. We have had to adapt the program to ensure the safety to everyone involved, but we have been out delivering flowers to our frontline workers, essential workers, and people in care homes and healthcare settings. In fact, thanks to an incredible gift from Westerly Orchids, we have given out over 15,000 orchids and counting since lockdown began. Your generosity means that Flower and Power has an incredible story to tell. But first, I am so pleased to introduce our beloved Andrew Firestone, such an amazing friend to Dream Foundation, who is going to tell you more about what you're going to see today.
Thank you, Casa, and hello everybody. What a great place to be speaking to you from. Today is really important. It's about Flower and Power, but it's about you. All of you wonderful people who make everything that Flower and Power does possible through your incredible generosity. While many of us would love to be adorned in our favorite flats, hats, and wraps, laughing and lunching, we all know in our hearts it's really all about the purpose and not the party. So let's remember the smiles we give and receive every time a bouquet is delivered. So now, let's see more about this amazing program and what your generosity means to our community. Rather than just hearing about it, this special video gives us the chance to see firsthand our beloved program in action and introduce you to some of the people involved, along with some of the people it touched.
Since Flower and Power began in 1994, volunteers have made over 100,000 deliveries locally, taking bouquets, cookies, and chocolates and handmade cards to people in hospices, cancer centers, and their homes. In 2019, Flower and Power logged 3,815 volunteer hours to create and deliver 11,205 bouquets from Goleta to Ventura. Anyone can refer someone who lives in the Santa Barbara area to receive these beautiful gifts from you. They just need to be in need of comfort and cheer that a Flower and Power bouquet can bring.
Wasn't that incredible? But we'd like to show you more about what Flower and Power has been doing throughout lockdown, and most important, the people who receive these beautiful gifts from you.
Weren't you glad to see that Flower and Power was able to join the thanks going out to our frontline and essential workers right now? And that it's still active out here in the community? Because that's what Flower and Power is all about. It's about being there for people in our community who are going through tough times. But here are some fun facts about Flower and Power. Since the program began, we've given away over 100,000 cookies. In 2019 alone, volunteers used over 5 miles of ribbons in making bouquets. 412 volunteers devoted 3,800 hours and delivered 11,205 bouquets. Volunteers, including lots of kids from schools, made 5,600 cards by hand to go with those bouquets. Recipients munched their way through 1,920 pieces of that delicious chocolate. And 16 weddings and corporate events donated their centerpieces to be repurposed as bouquets. Did you know that you can donate your flowers from weddings, conferences, or any kind of event that can be turned into bouquets? Because here's the best fun fact. There are so many ways to be involved with this incredible, wonderful, generous program. With Flower and Power, you've been there through some of our toughest times for people in our community. You were there during the fire and the debris flow. You've been there throughout the lockdown, and you'll be there throughout the coming year. Flower and Power is your program, and there are so many of you who have given your time and your gifts to make it bloom. And this special video takes you right into the heart of that program that's at the heart of our community. You'll meet some of the sponsors, some of the people who volunteer, and some of the people who work in facilities where patients receive bouquets every week. You'll also see some of the people who receive these beautiful bouquets and hear what they mean to them.
Well, my name is Paloma Espino, and I work for this beautiful home called Sarah House, and we do end-of-life care.
I'm Rick Keith. I'm the Executive Director of the Foundation at V&A Health.
I'm Fred Cass. I'm a medical oncologist at the Ridley Tree Cancer Center.
I'm Twan Overgog. I'm the president and owner of West Shelley Orchids.
My name is Eric Van Wingerden from Myriad Flowers in Carpinteria.
My name is David Selberg. I currently am the Chief Executive Officer of Hospice of Santa Barbara.
When our folks pass away, we have this ritual of walking people out with flower petals. At that time, which was a couple years ago, we were all in a drought, and so she kindly suggested, do you think you could benefit from flowers in the house? And it has been honestly a blessing, because yes, not only have they worked to walk people out, but they've done so much more than we had ever imagined that they could.
We've been here since 1978 when my parents emigrated here from the Netherlands. We've been involved with the Dream Foundation and their Flower and Power program since it was started. Flower and Power has been a major part of our 100,000 Orchid Challenge. Val and Flower and Power have distributed 15,000 orchids to all kinds of different organizations in the Santa Barbara and Ventura area, from doctors and nurses, of course, but also first responders such as the fire department, to even the post office, and to food banks, and to teachers, just you name it. They've been spreading the cheer everywhere. They've been great ambassadors.
I'm always amazed when I go to our inpatient hospice facility, Serenity House, and go into one of those patient rooms, and it never fails. Either the patient and or the family says something about the flowers in the room.
Just to see, the reaction of people, when we deliver these flowers. Over this whole quarantine, I have continued to go and pick up flowers. My daughters and I put the bouquets together. Actually, my oldest daughter pretty much puts the bouquets together because she's the best at it. And it's an incredible way to say thank you to those that have helped me, and also to just give inspiration to those that I don't know, to those that are going through what I've gone through.
We've been donating to Dream Foundation's Flower and Power program for the past 20 years, starting at the farmer's market, and for the past 10 years with pickup right here at the farm. A few years ago, Flower and Power started bringing flowers to my grandmother, who was in a home here in Carpinteria. That really touched me because it just let her know that people were out there giving, and it was a connection from me to her on a weekly basis.
Illness is so isolating, and when someone reaches out to touch you. It doesn't even have to be physically, just comes into your space and says, I want to do something to let you know that there's a whole group of people that care about you. Those kinds of experiences have just an enormously wonderful impact on people. And that's been a gift to all of our patients.
We all have like our own different roles that we do, I guess, every Saturday, whether that be like making the bouquets or trimming the flowers and the roses or wrapping the flowers. We all have a part.
I think what inspires Deckers to support Dream Foundation's Flower and Power program is that it really gives our Deckers employees a way to participate that makes them feel good and a way to give back to our community. And it's great because actually Flower and Power comes to Deckers and it makes it really easy for our employees to volunteer.
Something as small as a gesture as a bouquet of flowers can brighten someone's day, and it means so much to them because a lot of times these are residents that might not have a lot of time with family members outside of the community.
When you've got days or weeks in front of you of life, what's so profound for people is something as beautiful as flowers being brought to them. It's a visit with somebody that they know, and it's regular, it's every week. So those things make it very intimate to someone going through terminal or life-threatening illness.
We opened our gates and we stood really, really far from the end of the driveway, and I thought no one's gonna want to say anything to us. Like, they just want to take the flowers and, like, you know, disappear. And people were flagging us down, like, you know, saying thank you so much. And so it's been really, really nice for us.
We talk about in our own organization, helping people live well. We mean that even at end of life. And one of the ways that we can do that is to provide people with things that make them feel like there is grace in this world and brings them dignity, even in this kind of ugly time that may not be dignified.
Leaving that bouquet and them finding it, and sometimes that's even better because they think, wow.
You matter. Someone is thinking about you. You're still present. You're still alive, and we still care about you.
I just want to mention our honorees for this year. I hope you caught their videos on Dream Foundation's Instagram channel and the Facebook event page for this event. But we wanted to give them a special shout out right here. Our Youth Volunteer of the Year, Kira Duffy. Our Volunteer of the Year, Boris Palencia. Our Corporate Volunteer of the Year, Barbara Alcock of Deckers Brands. Our Florist of the Year, Kim Curtis of Toast. And to our Sponsor of the Year, Kate and Arthur Coppola. And new for this year, our special award for outstanding contribution. This goes to Westerly Orchids for their pledge to give away 100,000 orchids to the community, which includes 15,000 orchids and counting given to Flower and Power. And thank you to Valerie Banks for all the work you do to coordinate this amazing program and for keeping it going even through COVID-19.
I just want to thank everyone who helps make this program happen, from the growers to the volunteers. The growers in carpentry, if it wasn't for them, this program would not exist. I want to thank Maximum, Myriad, Gallop and Stribling, Westerly Orchids and Florabundance for all their donations they have given for the last 20 years to make this program be what it is today. The volunteers who show up every Saturday morning and give up their time and their energy to make bouquets for people in need in our community. So I just want to thank them all, and I miss you all, and I can't wait to see you soon.
So here's what to do. Click that link and buy tickets for our opportunity drawing. Make a gift today or sign up to make a regular gift. That's what I'm asking you to do. Buy a ticket or as many as you want. Buy a bouquet for someone today or buy bouquets for a month or even a year. You can even make a monthly gift to ensure that this program we all love so much continues throughout the coming year. That's almost it for us this year. Thank you for joining us today. Stay safe, everybody. We love you, see you soon, and let's end this on a very special message.
Thank you.
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 Thank you.